guys, it's Sarah with Grassroots Evolution, and I'm here today to bring you a monthly message for the sign of Aquarius for October 2020. Keep in mind, my friends, this is a general message, so take what you feel applies for you, your life, your situation, disregard the rest. Know as well that no matter what messages do come through today, it's still up to you and your active free will, the choices you make and the steps you take in this world to get your fulfillment. To me, that's personal freedom, personal power, and keep in mind as well that time is fluid. So I may be picking up on a message that is resonating for something in the past, something happening right now, or something that's not yet happened. Again, just take it how it applies. For all my subscribers, you guys are awesome. You mean the world to me. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. If you feel like this has resonated, please hit subscribe, join the journey with me, and like and share if you feel called to. Every little bit helps. So before I get into the reading, I'm just going to call in Archangel Michael and Archangel Metatron, my team of light, and ask them to use me as the clearest channel possible to guide, guard, bless, and protect myself, this reading, and any of you who would ask for it, and also to only be delivering messages that are for the highest good of those of you watching today. So guys, first I'm going to bring a little message here today from the Self-Care Oracle. Pleasure's at the bottom for some of you. That may be a message that was supposed to come out as well. And it's not just about bodily pleasure in this particular deck. It is pleasuring the body, but this is also engaging in things that bring you pleasure. So this could be taking on a new hobby, doing a sport, you know, going certain places, going to the gym. This could also be, you know, just like enjoying experiences. It could also be very literally physical pleasure within your body as well, but doesn't necessarily have to be sexual. This could be sensual as well as like, excuse me, getting a head rub, things like that. So let's see, Spirit. And this is the Sacred Self-Care Oracle by Jill Pine, or Pyle. I don't have the book right on me. Oh, yes, I do. So I want to show you guys the book just in case anybody's interested, because I think it's a wonderful little deck. It would be great to add into your collection too, just on a day-to-day basis. So let's find out for Aquarius for October 2020. What messages do you have for anyone watching, Spirit? Okay, so this one turned upside down and it was ground yourself. This is really, really important to remember to stay grounded throughout the changes in our life. And I think it's also wonderful that while she's grounded, we also have this beautiful rainbow above us. So knowing that we are connected up into the heavens above and grounding our feet, grounding our bodies, and rooting ourselves with the earth's core, this is going to help us be more of a divine, okay, what I'm hearing is as a divine conduit, as a divine creature, grounding yourself is going to help you keep your energy level stable and stabilize you and your energy. So one of the best things to do for this, it's getting a little cold where I am to do it, but get your shoes off and walk around outside. You can get into water, wild water, ground yourself. You know, for some of us, it could be going and touching rocks and touching trees, just getting in touch with nature and actively imagining that, you know, as you open up your feet and your toes, that these toes are rooting into the earth's core. So meditation, grounding, things that make you feel calm are very important. This particular card, this Nourish Your Temple, has come out of three of the readings for October. I think it's really important this month to nourish ourselves. This could be the food that we eat. This could be the drinks that we have. This could be the energy and the people that are around us. It's really important as well with this card to sit and ask your body, what do you need? Sometimes you're going to know, right? You're going to know, well, I want red meat, or I have been drinking too much coffee and I'm going to try and nourish myself by removing caffeine. Here she's also holding on to her stomach and connecting with her heart, really listening to what the body needs. Because as we nourish ourselves from the inside, and as we feed ourselves positive thoughts and we feed ourselves positive vibrations, good healthy food, we get ourselves moving, this positivity and this wonderfulness inside of us starts to well out, and it will actually affect the people around us as well. So your energy can transfer, so it's going to bring it out into your aura. Build your strength, right? This may be also really important for go on some walks. We have alone time here as well. This may also be picking up the weights, taking part in an exercise program. This could be something that you do with a group or not a group. You know, there's lots of different programs online now. If you can't get to a gym, spend some time alone. Listen to your own thoughts, right? This as well, you see what she's doing standing in the ocean here. This also is grounding herself. We have abundance planning. This could be financial planning as well, but this is also saying, with the resources that I have, how am I going to use them? So writing down a budget, also some positive affirmations could really help. I welcome abundance to me now. But abundance freely comes to me. There are no blocks for abundance in my life. Things like that. So on this particular card, it says living expenses, education, business, self-development, savings, travel, free. Keep track of your finances. Don't shop when you're hungry, right? And make lists, things like that. So this month, if you're trying to save a little bit of money, many times we don't have to pay anything to work out if you already have weights. If you don't, pick up some cans, get a jug of water, you know, whatever it is that you have. Not everything has to be perfect. We just need to start at the beginning, and sometimes we don't have everything that we need. We can build that over time. As well as what I'm hearing is if you are going through some financial trouble or financial strain at all, it's making sure that nourishing your body may be difficult because we're not able to afford the most healthy foods. But what we can do is kind of budget shop and go, well, what foods can I afford? What's more cheap? Shop seasonal, right? And what kind of things can I nourish my body with that aren't going to break the bank? Building strength, to me as well, this is physical and also emotional. I feel like this is one of these nourishing things as well, though, is the more we nourish our body, the more we take care of our muscles, this is going to emanate out forward as well. If you are building strength, it's not, the card isn't here, but you may want to take a bath, an Epsom salt bath, really stretch, take care of your body afterwards. So spend time with animals. Very, very therapeutic. If you have a cat, if you have a dog, I heard wildlife sanctuary as well. You know, this could be very, very helpful. And I feel like this could be healing and grounding as well, because you literally are connecting with nature. And the last one I want to show you is your family. Spend time with your family. Spend time with your loved ones. So I'm going to read to you a little bit about family, actually. And this is a number 23, which turns into a 5, which often, you know, our families are foundation and the places where they can help us grow. So some of us, many of us, we all have different structures of families. We all have different relationship with family. However, family is not just the bloodlines. Family is who we create. It's the support network around us. It's the people that we want in our lives. So I'm going to hold it up. If I trigger you, if I say something that kind of disturbs you or, you know, touches your heart in some way, what was it? What did it make you feel? And how can we use this information going forward to create positive change in our worlds? The mantra here is, I share unconditional love and receive it in return. Peaceful relations with your family, whether biological, adopted, or chosen, are incredibly important. Families can offer a sense of unconditional love and be there for you in times of need. You're being called to tune into the energy of unconditional love. Many of us store unresolved family traumas. As time passes, we evolve our perspective. We can find forgiveness in our hearts. We eventually realize that our families have always done the best they could with the resources, level of emotional development, and knowledge they had at the time. Tap into this divine motherly nature as you practice forgiveness and unconditional love. Look for opportunities to heal any old wounds with family members and find ways to connect with them, whether it's through a phone call, sharing a meal, or planning a visit. If connecting directly is not possible, try finding peace through meditation and by setting the intention to transform any negativity into feelings of love. If you feel extra like you would like to journal this, one of the journal prompts says, what problem areas, if any, remain unresolved with your family? How do you think resolving any outstanding issues would impact your life? So family is one of these things often too that can be a touchy subject, because especially when it's in our biological or house, like where we grew up, this unresolved trauma many of us have, if we're holding on to tightly to feelings of abandonment or feelings of resentment towards family members, feeling like they didn't do enough, this also is going to stunt our growth. So one of the things that's important, like the journal prompt was, can you tell what is the unresolved trauma? If relations with your family are not peaceful, if there's a narcissistic dynamic where it's better for your mental health to stay away from your biological or your family that raised you, lean on the people that you now call family. And this practicing unconditional love and forgiveness, like the book said as well, once we realize that our parents were a little damaged too, or they did the best they could with their emotional development at the time and the resources that they had at the time, things begin to change. Our parents are human too, and us as parents, I feel like this is important to remind you that the family that you have in your world, your children, your family, is also a place where we want to be loving, we want to be kind, we want to be forgiving. So the more you ground yourself and take care of your body, your emotional well-being, and your physical health, and as well as plan some time, financially plan, because this will take so much stress off us, right? If we have a budget in mind, you're going to be a lot more calm and centered and be able to tackle any of the other hurdles a little more easily. So make sure you're getting some alone time. If we're always around people, especially if we're empaths, we're constantly absorbing this. So one thing that might be really important is just to shield yourself, put an energetic bubble around, and just ask for some protective light, and only ask for your own energy to be felt. We don't want to kind of pull other negativity or other people's emotions to us. So the bottom of the deck they want me to show you is meditate, and this is really important too. She's grounded, just like this one, and she's connecting with the higher realms, and it's in a rainbow and the sun. What I want to say too is pay attention to the rainbow. Today I saw an inverted, so like this, upside down rainbow in the sky. It wasn't raining, it was just an upside down rainbow. Look for them, because for me as well, how I feel like these are spirit messages. When you see rainbows, what did it make you feel? What was going on at the time? What is the date? You may even want to journal that yourself, but I believe that this is some pretty strong cosmic energy coming and being made visible. So meditate, keep your thoughts. I heard pure. What I also heard when I was shuffling and getting ready for this was, if any of you like the Beatles, I heard Let It Be, and I started hearing and channeling like Let It Be, singing it. So the part that is kind of going through my head right now is whispered words of wisdom, let it be. This is one of these things that we don't have to be loud, we don't have to yell, we don't have to shout from the rooftops. It can be whispered words of wisdom, let it be. If something is feeling difficult and something is really trying, is it absolutely necessary that we deal with it right now, or can we get some rest? Do we have to go and discuss it here? What I'm also being drawn to talk about is sometimes if we have negative people, narcissistic people, or childish people around us, okay, or just people who drain our energy, sometimes they know what to say to trigger us, right? This is why it's so important as well if we're dealing with negativity or difficult people, difficult situations. If there's somebody who likes to start fights, if there's a shit disturber in your midst, right, who doesn't like it when it's calm or doesn't know how to handle it when things are going well, remember, you don't have to engage in the activity. So let it be. Some of that is what I'm hearing is like, this is wisdom to know that we don't have to attend every fight we're invited to. You can pick and choose, and this is about picking and choosing our battles as well as picking and choosing who we interact with. If it's something like in your day-to-day and you're having issues and troubles kind of with your children, what I would say is talk to them, right? Discuss with them what's going on, because oftentimes when our kids rebel at us and when they act out, there's something as an underlying core root or root core cause of the issue going on. If this is people in your world like lovers, family, friends, coworkers, whatever, kind of stirring up shit. This is where it's super important again to focus on self-care, because you don't need to focus on them and their issues and their worries and their anxiety. You need to worry about you, right? We need to take care of us. It doesn't mean we don't love other people because we choose self-love. It's unconditionally loving. We can still love the people who we feel maybe a little negative or draining, but it doesn't mean we have to give them our time and our energy. Okay? So that's this unconditional love, that I can hold space for you. I can love this person, right? We can be loving and kind, but it does not mean that I have to give over to every one of their woes or every one of their desires. That just because someone I love is struggling doesn't mean I have to struggle too. Some of the things I'm hearing. Okay, so let's take a look now. I'm going to grab the Shadowscape Tarot. If this doesn't resonate, guys, take a look at your moon and your rising or Venus signs. Take a look, there may be messages there for you. So this is going to be for Aquarius, and Aquarius for October 2020. Wow. So 2 cards. You have the 3 of Cups. It was in the reverse, and the 8 of Swords is in the reverse. But we have this star here, which was the bottom, in the upright. So I'm going to keep it here, with the 9 of Pentacles underneath. So the 9 of Pentacles is about not needing, right? Wanting for nothing. So for this as well, for some people, it is about being self-made, about being self-taught. They showed me the Death card too. So I feel like there's some endings and transitions happening right now. I'm just going to flip this over and show you, and then I'll show you these cards. So with this 9 of Pentacles and with the Death, I feel like this one is more like that phoenix rising. It's time for rebirth, and we're rising up, taking care of ourselves, being grounded, being centered, and being very aware of our own consciousness is how I feel for this one. And this is also being aware of your own autonomy, what you offer the world, not being afraid to sit at a table alone, not being afraid to eat alone, because you know what you're serving up, and you don't need anything that's subpar or negativity being around at your table. I feel like as well, for some of you, this may have been a real struggle to get to this point, and I'm really proud of you, because, it's difficult to overcome challenges, to rise above sometimes defeat, to become a better person, and when we have heartbreaks, when we go through trauma that affects us, this is about rebuilding, putting an end to that person who was traumatized and coming into a grounded, more embodied whole version of ourselves. So the 3 of Cups in the reverse, the 3 of Cups here is about happiness and celebration and joy. Being in the reverse, there may have been a period of sadness. And we also have the 8 of Swords, which is about entrapment. And this being in the reverse as well, and cyclical thinking. Being in the reverse says, you know what? I'm no longer there, because this death energy, this is also Scorpio season. We are in Scorpio, and this is a Scorpio card. Aquarius, the star is you. This is healing, massive healing, because massive changes need to be made. And I feel like it's because, you know what, there may have been some heartbreak, there may have been some trickery, there could be relationships, could be work, right, where there's been a third-party situation, regardless of, again, how this relationship is manifested. It could be, that there is competition for a job. Maybe that within family, there's somebody who likes to poke their nose in your business, and you feel like someone else has been trying to call the shots in your world, like this kind of thing, where it's just somebody else getting, or it could even be like sometimes family members don't agree with your choices in your love life, and they kind of cause havoc, that kind of thing. This being in the reverse, I feel like this cyclical thinking, we could have had stuff passed down and ideas, right, and indoctrinations of what a family needs to look like, what love needs to look like, if somebody doesn't like our romantic choices, or if we're not happy in our romantic situations. Cyclical thinking would be, well, what's the point of leaving, because every relationship I'm in is going to be like this, right? We're removing that. We're getting out of this cyclical thinking, and that's why it's really important with the Death card here. It may not, if the situation is happening now, healing isn't always pretty. Sometimes it's messy and it's hard, but the payoff is worth it. So don't stop if you've been healing. Keep going. And I want to say to you as well, with this Three of Cups in the reverse, is that rather than focusing on what makes us unhappy, and rather than focusing on what hurts our heart, because this in the reverse is heartbreak, not beautiful celebration, let's choose actively to not engage in that kind of cyclical thinking. Because if we're constantly focused on what hurts us, we can't see the beauty in this world and the good things in this world. So here what I feel like it's saying is focus on the healing, focus on building yourself from the ground up, and focus on being stable in this world. So I'm seeing Scorpio, the Aquarius, the Nine of Pentacles could be an earth sign, Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. You have cups here, so that's water signs, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and air signs, which is, oh my gosh, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So however this resonates, those are signs that I'm seeing, but I feel like this is about time for you to really step into your power. And with this Death card and the idea of that channeled song, Let It Be, is like, you know what? If it's not absolutely necessary today, you don't have to tackle it. If there's a situation where discussing this with the person is not going to help anything, then just let it be. If you need to, journal it, but don't put yourself in situations or in harm's way. Don't put yourself in those situations where you're going to be actively allowing someone to come in and try and tear you down. Because how I also feel about this is that you could have had somebody who it kind of brings them pleasure to take you down. Okay? Let's see what else we have. Spirit, why is this Three of Cups in the reverse? I heard past situations too. These are all in the reverse. I'm going to flip them over because I might just, the Queen of Pentacles, maybe I'm not holding my deck right here, but this Queen of Pentacles is grounded, right? This Queen of Pentacles is sure of herself and asserted, and she is surrounded in green, holding her pentacle as well right here, connected at the crown and connected at the heart, knowing what is for her, knowing what her heart's desires are, knowing who she is. So you have the Fool, about making first steps, taking a change. The Five of Pentacles is about making a change in this physical, causing change to happen. The Six of Cups is about reunion, past love coming back. This could also be, once the healing starts, enjoying your life. The Six of Cups is about reunion. She's having a tea party with her bears. It's all lit up. The fish are swimming to her. And I feel like this is also saying, if you make that leap to make some changes in your physical, you're going to reap the rewards. Your heart is going to feel happy, right? You're going to pull the vibrations of unconditional love and joy to you, rather than focusing on what another person may be keeping from you or past heartaches. This is saying you may end up finding that you come back to a place where you don't need a partner. You're not looking for it because you found that love within yourself. You found, this could be friends. This could again be family. However it applies, it could be a romantic partner or a lover. But I feel like with the Six of Cups, this is a past situation. And the Death card here, that we're putting an ending to something that has been ongoing, an ongoing struggle. The Ace of Swords and the Six of Swords here is that we've come to a new way of thinking. This could be a conversation that's come, and we're going to be moving past the past struggles, past hurdles. Many of this, and many of you, this could be trauma as well. With this Eight of Swords in reverse, that's removing ourselves from cyclical thinking of being trapped, which creates this new idea of, I'm free. What am I going to do with this newfound freedom? And once we make this change in the physical, once we choose to move on, this is wonderful, right? This I feel like this one, I'm hearing the truth will set you free. And really, it will set you free. The truth moves you into calmer waters and gets you out of mental cycles and gets you out of, you know, even fighting with yourself, is what I feel like. Often you see the Six of Swords as a boat and somebody traveling on. Well, in this one, they're kind of, they've left their swords behind and she's being carried off into the sun or portal with the swan. We also have very much, I see, like the dichotomy here with the black and the white. So this Ace of Swords as well, they're all white swans. It's positive. This is a very positive move. So this Queen of Pentacles could be an earth sign, a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn, but it could just be you. They show me the Five of Swords underneath that as well in the upright, with the Five of Cups in the reverse. So, and the Four of Swords. So meaning there's been a lot of struggle in our heart, in our mind. It's time to rest. It's time to put your mind to rest because new times are coming. Okay, so ground yourself, really important, because you're going to need to be stable and full and whole in your own self for this next cycle to happen. So I'm going to bring you one last message today from the Earth Magic Oracle, and let's see what guidance we have going forward. Please, Spirit, what would you have anyone know for October watching? And you get fog. Let it be. Some things may be veiled. There may not be the whole story is told yet, so wait for the fog to clear. Eventually the sun's going to come out and burn it up and you're going to be able to see clearly. But right now, if you feel like you're not able to, wait it out. Okay? The bottom of the deck is ceremony and invocation. This could be a really good time with your meditation. We have perspective on the bottom as well with the Milky Way. Changing our perspective. And this is what I see here too, is that a change in perspective moves us on. It's much like this book said about our parents. If we are angry, if we hold anger toward them for things that happened, we're not healed, right? I'm fumbling my words. It's okay to be angry. Absolutely. But if we can understand what happened from a more mature, grown-up lens and a more spiritual lens, we can be a lot more forgiving. Now, if, like I said, with the narcissistic qualities, you don't need to engage in that. If the family member or if the people in your life, if the situation has changed and it's trauma from the past that's unresolved, it's a little bit easier. If you can see, though, that the person who did this, the person who was like this, is still like this, you can absolutely understand that, you know what, they had trauma. They had unresolved trauma, and this is the emotional state of awareness that they're at. But if they don't move past this, if it's constant stagnation, you can end that. You can say, you know what, I do not need that in my life. And this is the beauty of Scorpio season. What I heard with here is don't fear the death, don't fear the endings, because know that leads to new beginnings. So that's what I have for you guys. But this invocation, when you are calling in spirit, when you're doing ceremony, light a candle. So I've been finding, I have my candle going here. There's some Palo Santo. Ceremony doesn't have to be scary. I'm going to show you real quick. I'm going to light my Palo Santos, and we'll do a little quick ceremony. I'll show you. So we're going to ask right now to clear any negative air, right? And we can hopefully energetically send this smoke to you. Clear out any negativity or any inauthentic thought patterns and thinking. We're going to clear any blocks to our heart and our throat chakras. And, you know, you can bring in a crystal that you like. I have blue calcite here. Hold on to it. And as you're taking your deep breaths in and out, connect with spirit and talk to them just like you would pray. Okay, it doesn't have to be difficult to do that. So anyway, that's what I got. I hope you guys have a wonderful month, and I'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.